Okay, we are up again,
All right.
and
Are we?
I have no idea what was
I
happening.
mean, we don't see it yet because of the delay, but
Right.
we're working
Do I
on
need to reset and watch another ad?
That's probably
look
what
at
will
that.
happen.
Not even an ad.
All right.
There it is.
I have a
Okay,
Steam
we're doing-
controller. I'm going to play games that do not use controllers, or were never designed for controllers. I am going to.
Hi everybody, I'm Josh. And I'm Shane.
Can I be Chris?
Rebind.
I want to be Chris.
So
It's always
Hi,
been my
Bruce
secret
Jarn.
dream to be Chris.
let's see.
Say
here.
Lugo narrative dissonance. It's actually
Next,
hard to
be really
say
scared
that
about
wrong.
things.
Hey, is that it? Does that work?
Ludo narrative disco dance.
Disco dance.
Oh, I like that Ludo narrative disco dance. That's good. That's good.
That's good. That's
It's
what
when
they
you're
should have
dancing
coined
to
it
the
as.
beat and the lyrics of the song actually fit your life.
Yes.
It's,
Which means it can only be a song about
It's what
dancing to the beat.
they should have called that. They should have named the soundtrack to Crypt of the Necro Dancer that.
How do
Oh,
I
they should've.
say? Yes, this is what I want. Do I have to? Is it the start button? Okay, I'm confused already by this
Oh,
interface.
Man. I
Riveting
remember when
controller
I did
rebinding
that.
action.
Yeah.
I know. You know what? If he wants to demonstrate
Oh,
what
I
the
see.
Steam controller is like, this is a very vital part of demonstrating that. Because
Yeah, that's
you
this,
spend
that's
more
fair.
Yeah,
time
so-
messing
oh.
with the you spend more time messing with the settings than
That's
playing
not
the
what I
game.
wanted.
I was one of
So
the very first people to get the
I've-
main like Steam controller shipment.
I've been playing a
Like,
bit
oh my goodness.
of Medieval 2 earlier today just to get an
Buffalo
idea
Phil's
of what I
Medieval
would
Total War
want.
2 by Buffalo
So I'm
Phil.
gonna set up a key map here.
Buffalo Phil.
Mouse wheel up. MD.
Original
What the
original control binding. Do not steal.
Wait, these are D-pads. Oh, it's treating this like a D-pad. Okay, we want this to be arrow keys here.
Audience, was this not worth the wait?
Well, this is kind of what I want to do here: is show the Steam controller and see how it
like look how
works.
complicated what he's doing is, and then note that there is an advanced settings button that he has not pressed.
Yeah.
Like that's
Actually,
that really.
Curious about what that is.
Can you
for
imagine
this.
if
That's
you're
probably
used to
just
console gaming? Like, console gaming is your frame of reference, and then you're like, I heard the Steam controller can help me transition to PC, and this
Yeah,
is
no
your
idea what
welcome.
any of those.
This is more complicated than standard PC gaming.
We're gonna do
Way more.
It's yeah.
Particularly
'cause
since
it's like,
most PC games you can just plug an Xbox controller in nowadays.
Oh yeah,
We're
absolutely.
gonna bind this
Some people are
to-
I
saying
mean,
that
not
like
evil, but
I've been following some people who have been saying that like the Steam controller is just pointless. Like there's no reason to use it. And then it's like I don't feel quite that strongly about the Steam controller, but like
Yeah.
I'm not sure who it's for.
Right,
Yes,
I like it, and I want a reason to use it, but I haven't found
Yeah.
a time when
That's
it
a
was
good way to
like,
put it.
yeah, I really like this thing, and I love this controller. It's got a few new interesting
we need
buttons we haven't
to-
seen on console controllers before, but
mash up the
I
sensitivity.
just
of
don't
this
have anywhere to
thing
use it.
and
Yeah,
turn the
I like
acceleration up to
I like how it has the
high.
back buttons on the. I didn't even realize there were buttons at first. But,
Yeah, yeah.
The little like flappy
Where your
buttons on the back.
where your middle finger normally is on a controller, where you hold it when you wrap your hand
Hey.
around the bottom of the handle.
No.
There's two buttons
and-
there.
Not
that's
what I wanted to do.
Like-
Thanks.
Although, if you're playing
Having
something
fun,
really
Josh?
intense,
It's
when
the
you play
you have
something
to
really intense
move
where
around
you-
with the damn stick, and that's not a great way to do this.
Seamus, you're doing a terrible mumbles.
yeah.
No,
Say
it's
something
okay. I'm
about
listening,
wrestling.
Seamus. I'm listening.
What is this?
No, when you're like gripping the controller really hard, let's say you're trying to do something difficult and you grip it hard, do you accidentally trigger those bottom buttons? Because that's your handle.
I've done exactly that. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be my concern here.
Why would this be the
for
right
the shooters
mouse
that I
button?
played that like had Steam controller support, those buttons were bound to
I get that
jump
it's
and
the right
reload,
one,
and I think
but-
that's smart for a
Yeah.
shooter because normally when you jump or when you have to jump or reload in like Halo or whatever, you have to move your thumb away from the right analog stick. Convenient. So that's
Can
cool.
I turn this to mouse wheel
Yeah,
up?
I don't know.
I can. Cool.
The games that I found were easiest with the Steam controller were games
Huh.
like Rocket League and stuff, but with those, like, a controller is still easier to
Alright,
use.
this
Like,
needs to
an
be
Xbox 360 controller is
shift.
still easier to use for that.
This will be.
I don't know. It's
So I'm looking at
So it's
this.
almost
I've
all
never actually done anything
specifically-
with the Steam controller.
Tab.
And I'm
Yeah,
also
let's
kind of
make use
wondering what
space.
the point is. Why are we doing all this?
Well, the idea is,
it's-
what if you
it's-
wanted to do play a game on your couch that's made for mouse and keyboard and doesn't have gamepad options? It's like the crux of this. Like there are like other things,
Get
like maybe
a
the
small
touchpad makes it
table
better
to
for
put your
shooters. I guess
mouse and
I don't
keyboard
think
on.
it does.
Well, Jaren, you say that. That's been everybody's solution, but that solution has never caught on. And Valve is worried about the console market. They're worried that Microsoft is trying to wall them out of the... They don't want to be dependent on Microsoft to do all their business.
This got
And so
reset somehow.
they want to make themselves not dependent on Microsoft. And part of that
Yeah, that's
is... Yeah, and so this is their strategy. It's like, well, most people don't want to drag a mouse into their living room and then, you know, put the mouse
this
on
got
a
reset
little
too.
piece of
What the
wood
hell?
or whatever on a plate. What if we made a controller that they could just take in there and do PC gaming on the couch? Can we make that work?
Yeah.
And it's still an
this is
open
supposed to be
question.
the everything controller. This is supposed
Yeah.
to be you can use it for shooters, you can use it for platformers, you can use it for strategy games if you really want to. That's what it's supposed
Yeah,
to
I guess
be.
I can
It's-
see how that would work. If you like,
It's
it
not-
probably
This
requires
got
a
reset
lot of
too. Why?
preparation for every game or for every game type at least.
Why is it
But
resetting my
once
stuff?
you're
And it's
done
not a
with that,
slam
you probably use it
dunk.
all.
But it's not
It's
obviously
absolutely
flawed either. Yeah, it's not a
This
failure either.
button.
It's almost like it's almost like it hasn't. It's almost like one really good game could sell this.
Yeah. I
Yes.
one show I watched called Previously Recorded, their take on it was basically it's like a spork. Because it has
Yep.
features
Yep.
of
This looks
both
good.
sides of the equation and like the pure functionality and ease of use of
Sure.
neither.
What the hell?
It's not quite as good at like
All right.
pinpointing and accuracy and stuff as a mouse.
Let's play Medieval 2.
And
And I
All right,
need
do
to mess around with.
now
The
that we've
Steam
said all our thoughts
compromise
on the Steam
controller.
Yeah, it is a compromise. That's a good way to put it.
Like,
All right,
I want-
so-
maybe when I get maybe if I get a driving game, I'll use this. I just really want to use it somehow. Except
Yeah,
it feels
well,
like
but
you'd want to
it's like-
steer with the stick and move your head around with the pad.
Yeah, it's got to be a game that uses the pad, because I noticed I was like, with Rocket League, I was like, I can do this, but Rocket League, you don't use the pad, like, at all. You can, but I don't.
Right.
And I was like, well, in that case,
asks,
what's the point? It just feels slightly
Does the Steam
more
controller
awkward.
have a social media button?
No.
No, it
I'm
has
going to turn the
like,
sound
Xbox
way
middle
down
button,
here.
but
And
that
then
just
some
opens up
service.
the
Oh,
Steam
that's
mode.
actually super quiet. Let's pull it up to
It's
that.
got a Steam sale button, which just takes you to the page and then you begin spending all your money.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to hit the apply
I mean,
changes
they
button.
should really cut out the
apparently.
middleman at some point.
Yay! Now I can go. Why isn't that just an okay and not okay? Oh, whatever. So this is maybe my favorite Total War game. This game was not designed to work with a controller. Definitely
You
not
don't
designed to work
say.
with a controller. And we're going to play the Byzantine Empire, otherwise known by its perhaps more proper name, the Roman Empire. So this is the half of the Roman
So you can
Empire
play the
that
Byzantine Empire
did
with
not
the Byzantine
collapse
controller.
500 years before this.
So you're playing as John Byzantine?
Actually, my son is John. When the game starts, we're gonna switch this to
John
hard
Byzantine,
difficulty because
God damn you.
I feel like
Byzantinian the
a
Third.
terrible person. We're gonna do manage all cities. This game is kind of historical. It has historical. It has history as sort of a
History-ish.
backdrop, a setting. It's not really what I would call a good example of a historical game. I mean, this description of the Byzantine Empire is something like right out of Edward Gibbon, who was a
Would you say that
an
it's
18th century
Who was the best
historian.
Power Ranger?
that The Sims is about real people?
Something like that, yeah.
real
It's a
people
war
things.
game, kind of pretends to be a history game. Crusader Kings 2, Europa Universalis 4, basically anything that Paradox does is far superior when you want to talk about history, and even in that respect, they're still very far away from what I would consider, like, historically accurate in many circumstances. This game doesn't even really try to be.
As evidenced by this monk.
We get our
Picture
cool
books.
cutscene. I don't remember if like there's more voiceover for the major factions. This is a faction you actually have to unlock. Maybe there's not. I don't know. I haven't played this game in years. Or I should say I haven't played this game for a long period in years.
It requires the strength and courage of one willing to take charge.
Yeah, scrolling up on the chat, I just want to point out this one thing. Rocket Chap said, the Steam controller seems like a solution badly in need of a problem. And I think the reason we get that feeling is because it's like, it's a solution for a, like, hypothetical problem that Valve has.
Yeah.
They're like, this is the direction we might be going in, so we better prepare.
Well, yeah, well, it's a problem that Valve has, but is it a problem we have? They want people to play in their living room. They want to be able to go up against
Whoa.
consoles, and
Yeah.
that's their problem.
Okay.
And they want to bring us into the living room, but we don't necessarily
Maybe
wanna
need
go there.
to
Yeah,
turn down
like
the
current Steam
scroll
customers
speed a little
don't.
bit. Where do I even? Oh wait, no,
It's,
that's not the scroll
interesting
speed, is
for me
that?
to see this whole configuration process and think, for people who've never played video games, it must feel similar to them just starting to use controllers. You
Yeah.
have to learn
Well-
everything, and it's weird for us because we're not used to this, because we grew up with it. We think
But
we know everything,
watching-
and then this controller comes along.
Yeah, but watching Josh do this, I wouldn't know he was using a controller. Like when somebody uses a
Is there
stick for a mouse, you can
not an
tell,
option
and it
to
looks
change how
awful.
fast I
He just
scroll from
looks
there?
like he's mousing around.
This is terrible.
Kind of. It looks a little more fiddly.
All right.
But, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It looks a
Well, he
little
looks like
sticky.
he's had too much coffee.
So this game is old, and it has a lot of like sort of janky mechanics that I'm not a huge fan of. For one, if you notice down in the bottom, as far as my people know, we're the only people in the whole world. You can't tell where anything else is, even like cities. I can't tell where cities are until I see them, which is weird and kind of
So you have like
janky.
no trade or scouting.
like
like
you can like
stories
trade
of
maps
other
and
people,
whatnot,
or-
but I have no
But your empire has no trade.
I apparently
they would know
nobody
that other
ever
factions
bothered to
exist.
write down what was going on outside of the world before today. So I'm playing
Maybe
as
that's why you're the emperor. You had this amazing idea to, let's write some stuff down.
where's my family tree? I'm playing
What
as
exists and what
Maps?
doesn't exist.
Yeah. Major says maps are like pants. They're for barbarians.
I'm playing
We're
as
enlightened people. We don't need maps.
Alexios Komnenos, and yes, that's a weird name, and maybe I pronounced it not quite correctly.
I thought you were John Byzantine.
No,
Alexios.
John is Alexios' son. That's this guy down here, Prince John. Actually, in Greek it's
So this is The
Giannis,
Sims.
but
Just call him Alex.
I see a family tree.
Emperor
and I'm like,
Alex.
we're playing...
I'm going to. What did I bind these buttons
Call him
to? There we
President
go.
Lex Byzantine. Great ancestor of Lex Luthor.
So you're
him
president
Jesse
of
Eisenberg.
Byzantine.
I am the Roman Empire emperor, the Roman Empire and the Roman Emperor.
You are the
um,
Roman
in
Empire.
all
You are Bob Roman Empire.
logical senses. And basically, about 10 years before this game is set, we're in the year 1080, the Eastern Roman Empire controlled all this land in Anatolia, modern-day Turkey. And for this, there was this disastrous battle called the Battle of Manzikert, where the
another
Turks
city.
completely swept over the Byzantine armies, captured the sitting emperor, not this guy, but one of his predecessors.
Josh, other
He
people
should have
exist.
stood up.
Other people
That's how you
exist.
get captured.
Yes.
It's amazing.
This game also doesn't have a concept of minor factions, so everybody that's not the big guys are rebels. Greek rebels. Oh, okay.
Well, the thing is, at least they're not like barbarians in Civilization.
and
Oh,
we're
if
going
you don't have more than
to
one city, you're just a barbarian.
Get some of these. And we need to get some roads going here.
Do you have that tech unlocked?
Yes.
Okay, now research library first.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But what if the other factions secretly start taking armies and then attack him with like riflemen when he's still riding horses?
Yeah.
To merge our
Oh, and I didn't mean
fleets.
library. I meant literacy, or whatever it's
Continue
called.
tomorrow, my lord.
Or map making. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that actually is your more immediate need
is
here.
clicking on
Is
this?
the
Is
fact that
clicking on the
nobody
D-pad does
remembers
nothing.
anything
Alright.
beyond
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
horizon.
right.
Nobody can look out their window.
Your Majesty.
You need to
They should,
invent
like,
window
develop a careful
technology.
amnesia.
Another one of the weird janky things in this game that I'm very glad they did not continue doing. See these agents
Yes.
down here, this
Hello,
princess
Your
and whatnot.
Highness.
So I can't just go to a menu here and like open up diplomatic relations with people. I have to send dudes to go meet with
Your
dudes
Majesty.
from other factions to go and do things like open diplomacy and whatnot, which is kind of irritating.
I mean, it's very simulationist because that's what would happen.
It is, but it's like you would expect, like you would have more than 3 diplomats in the world running around trying to
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
send envoys and
the
whatnot.
more immediate thing is, you see her,
I'm
so
gonna
clearly
take
somebody
you
has spoken to her and come back and told you
no.
that she's here.
No.
Can that person not go back to her with a piece of paper rolled up that says, "Hey, what's up"?
It's like it's not
dude.
simulationist enough.
Want to trade,
but
dude?
also
Right.
Sure, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this weird, which is
This
the
guy's a
theme of
merchant.
tonight, I think.
He's going to go
Exactly.
Yes, moving.
Apparently
stand
that
on
princess
some
is also one of the
silk.
primary sources for the First Crusade. And that she wrote a lot of
What
shit
the-
about it down.
So Cortana just decided that I was talking to her, and and just
Are you
popped up a
Master Chief?
Bing window with the search "stand on some silk." I'm not sure if that completely interrupted the stream or just
We,
like I don't know if people just can't
Oh, no,
hear.
no.
Okay, yeah, all right, we're good.
No,
that
okay.
that was
Voted
fun.
again.
Beep, boop.
Alright.
Did you find any
Alright, we've
interesting
come to
things
the-
about standing on silk?
I did not.
Well, we've come to the part of the Roman Empire at this point where I need to get up and get tea. So I'll be back.
Didn't you get tea like?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
I
it took us
remember
half an
that.
hour to start the
I-
stream.
I learned about that year in history class. That was good. It was a good time. A better time.
All right, we're going to go up this. Oh, I keep forgetting what right click is bound to, and I keep doing left click instead of right click. Send that guy up this way. We're gonna say you
Your will, your majesty.
up this way too, because we gotta go conquer the Bulgarians in 3 turns.
Bulgarians don't exist.
Yeah, they
We don't
do.
have any evidence they exist.
They're up here.
Show
I
me
heard a
your
rumor
sources.
from someone. Do I have everything managed? All right, let's
Do you
end the
have
turn.
rumors researched?
I need to take a rebel settlement, and what's the reward I get? So you get missions, pop up and give you stuff. Ah, that's not a great one. I was hoping for units.
Orders?
All right,
We are
well,
hoping for Wookiees.
Closing for battle. Laying
I'll
siege.
build some
Is it time to take the
stuff
walls, my lord?
here, but we probably will actually. Can I? Oh, can I not?
Oh man, I
right,
come
I have
back
you
and it's all
selected.
quiet.
It's because we're all
How do I open
just
this? Here
so
we go.
impressed by
I'm
Josh's
trying to make some
finesse.
puns, but I'm not very good at them.
Gods
That's why I like you.
So,
I
Jaren,
cannot
so
go
Jaren,
there, my lord.
Josh, what's
Yes, Lord.
guy with
Yes.
J name? Do you rule the world yet?
Orders.
No,
Yes.
Did you
Jeez.
win at history yet?
Move out.
I have not. This has
We
not happened.
continue tomorrow. Your orders?
Then you are doomed to repeat it.
Yes, my lord.
There's the feast
Those
together.
Those who do not win at history are doomed to repeat it.
Full sail.
No naval combat in this game,
Dropping
Um,
anchor until morning.
which is probably a good thing because they've never managed to do naval combat well.
Yes.
Let's
So
There's a-
battle boats don't
sort
exist.
of.
All boats just
you
pass each
do
other
you
going,
do
"Hey,
no
hey."
it's not like there is no naval combat, but you don't have any like tactical control over it. It's just auto resolve it. This is one of the weird things where like I'm gonna go scout with
On my
my
way.
daughter, the princess, because
Happily,
she
my
doesn't
lord.
get killed
I
by
shall stop
people.
here.
It's a rite of passage.
Your will.
It's like a quest for adulthood,
Ah,
except it's
so,
also hilariously dangerous and weird.
Royalty
Ah, there we
needs
go.
its rest, my lord.
Il
Oh, what I want.
Sirah says,
Yes, my
honestly, I
lord.
think I
Yes?
prefer Shogun 2 to this one, and then McNutcase says, Josh can't play Shogun
Your
2,
will.
he still needs to write up his LP.
Yes, Lord.
Nobody's ever gonna forget about that, eh?
Nobody will ever
You'll
forget.
never- Yes, we'll never let it down.
I was gonna say it, but then I figured I'll
As
let
you
Josh
will.
have this one.
I'm done for today.
But I didn't.
Orders.
We're gonna roll
It's
over
probably
here,
for
the best.
beat the crap out of
This
that
is where we
village.
shall meet the enemy.
Did my
respect
queue
that.
stall? Are you? No, didn't. Okay.
A wise but firm rule.
Meanwhile, the chat is talking about the glorious victories of the Japanese Empire.
I
Or
like
lack
Shogun
thereof,
a
or
lot.
existence thereof.
It might be my favorite. It's between that one and this one. I never really played Rome 1, and Rome 2 was just an utter disaster.
Yes?
I remember that.
We remember
I-
the stream.
Yes!
My experience
for
with the
battle.
series is that I played
Besieging
Rome Total
settlement, my
War at a
lord.
friend's house when I was like 14 or whatever. And
We're
I
going
played
nowhere, my
part
lord.
of the tutorial of Shogun 2
March!
a couple years ago, and was just kind of like, alright, this game is trying to get me to learn a lot of things.
Yes? On my way.
So
And
you ideally
I
want
went
to
I don't know, TF2 instead or something.
open relations with the Hungarians
Yeah, how's the
because
Steam controller
Closing
working
for
for you?
battle.
it's
Given that that's
not
ostensibly the focus
awful.
of this stream.
I'm having to get used to a couple things, and the scrolling is
It's like, okay,
really nuts.
if you've used the trackpad, that gives you a good idea. of
Yeah,
what
I've got it.
it's
I've got it
gonna look
running
like.
like a trackpad with a whole bunch of acceleration, so that I can actually like get across the screen in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, that's what I feel like with the Steam controller with games like this, like strategy games, is that either it's too hard to do fine small
We
movements,
should
or
mess
it
around
takes too
with,
long to do huge movements.
taxes.
If you really jack up the acceleration, that helps. But like
Let's kick
with a
the
mouse,
tax
you
rate
have
up here.
huge movement. You have your entire arm's control. You have a big mouse pad. You can do big movements, small movements, fast movements, slow movement. And with the Steam controller, you just have your thumb and a little trackpad.
That's gonna drop growth. We don't want that.
It's not quite the same.
So what I'm doing here is I'm going to I'm kicking up the tax rate on my cities.
I vote you out of office.
Just until
think
I get
the
off the
dumbest thing
ground,
with
and
the
then I'll
Steam-
probably bring it over to doing. Oh right, this
Too late,
castle.
you're out of office.
I can't do that.
I vote for
I
Seamus.
mean, really,
as
what
the
have the
leader.
Romans ever? Yeah, what have the Romans ever done for us?
Justin, you
think
should
the
also vote for Seamus. Then we have a majority.
Oh, I left my ships there.
Long live the Seamus.
Hungry.
I
You
think
can't
the
take
dumbest
the
thing-
Bulgarians. Go
This
away.
is now a Seamusocracy.
That sounds legit. I think the dumbest thing with the Steam controller is have you guys used the like virtual keyboard where you type?
I don't
Once.
mind it.
Trackpads.
Once
Actually,
I didn't quit
it's-
using it, or I didn't use it completely. I had to type something in.
Yes?
I got about halfway done, and I was like, yeah, no.
Bringing out troops
Yeah,
together.
it's. I mean, if you literally don't have a
Your
keyboard,
Majesty?
then I guess it's better than the like
I shall approach this
360
delicately.
typing
No,
with a
don't marry him.
control stick and scrolling from
Representative
Diplomacy.
PvP, but
Is there
it's
something I
not
can do
great.
for you?
Hey, let's introduce ourselves again, because, like, there's a bunch of new people. I'm Seamus.
People are like, who are these guys? Hi, I'm Justin.
Hi,
I'm
Justin,
Jaren, and I'm
whatever.
pretending to be Chris.
I am Josh.
Okay. So,
I'm doing a very good job at it.
Krellin still calls me Woogles. I have gone by several names in the past several years. I was JPH.
Which name's
I-
Woogles?
Josh
that
still calls me
explains it.
JPH.
We cannot
Yeah.
accept
The person
And
who
now I go
doesn't
by
talk
Justin.
except to interrupt us is Josh.
Yeah,
Say
the
hi,
one
Josh.
playing the game. Hello. I did say hi.
Interrupting me.
Yeah, but we were ignoring you then. I'll be
Jared
honest.
and I are
I had you
to
muted for most
map
of the stream,
information.
so
You know what? Krellin says he called me Woogles because I'm Woogles in Twitch, and that's fair.
All right. Cool.
I said that just now. Are you ignoring me as if I'm some sort of Josh?
Perhaps, or maybe because you're the less cool of the ninja
Oops.
blizzards. Somebody said,
Oh,
"Who's Justin?"
cool. So I can
it's
still do
true.
that. I can click off the screen and Alt tab. That's
Accidentally
cool.
declare war.
All right.
that happens in Fallout 4. Like you bring
That-
up the Pip-Boy, wave your mouse around,
Yeah,
and
that's-
click
that's
on.
always
And if
been a
you've got two
problem with-
monitors, it's like amateur night there, Bethesda. Thanks for that.
Wait, where? Why are we talking about Bethesda
Royalty
now?
means its
I
rest,
missed
my
something.
Because we were talking about how when you're in Fallout 4, if you bring up the Pip-Boy
Almighty
and move your
servant
mouse,
people.
you can move it right out of the
Am I
game
left
to your
with
extra
a
monitor. And
suitor
if
or a
you
simple
click,
opponent?
like, where's my mouse, and you click, it just alt tabs you out of the game.
Bringing up the.
Okay.
Oh. Oh no.
Well, that's fan. Did you guys try out the Fallout 4 like Pip-Boy app?
The Pip
There's
Boy
an app for
app? No.
It's
Yeah, it's for
okay,
a phone,
So,
and I don't phone.
yeah, it's for smartphones, and it was made for it was made for the like Pip-Boy edition, the like big hunk of plastic. And it just serves as a Pip-Boy that you can use on your phone. Like you connect to your game using Wi-Fi. And I hate it because it has the same problem as the Wii U's like screen tablet thing, which is that like you have to keep shifting your focus between the big screen and the small screen right next to you. And the other problem is that when you use the Pip-Boy app instead of like the Pip-Boy regular menu, it doesn't pause the game, which is that's a pretty big problem.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I bring up the Pip-Boy.
Yeah,
Is,
so
I'm in a fight and I have to
through-
change weapons.
Yeah.
So I'm queuing up a bunch of stuff that will take a long time to do now because I don't have the income to support
That
it,
is,
so I'll
isn't that
just
the
have-
title of this game?
Yeah. I'll just have queues stalled for a while. Basically what I'm going to do is sweep across, get some rebel settlements. The Turks are coming to do diplomacy.
We have
They want
something
trade
for you.
rights
They're
and map
confused that you exist.
information, and they'll give and they're giving me trade rights and map information, and they want me to pay 100 florins per turn for 3 turns. No. Let's dump trade rights because I don't want
How
them
about
fucking
you
around in
guys
my
give me
land,
trade rights and map
we'll do map
information.
information.
And I promise not to murder all of you.
Because
With
because
my
people
army.
were
Screw
asking
you.
because people were asking who I am. Jarenth linked to Ninja Blues a minute ago in chat.
Very
He was
well.
like, "Hey, this is
There
what
is
we're
merit
from."
in
Oh
your
wait,
suggestion.
And then
crap. I
just now,
accepted their saying. Oh, fuck. Whatever.
Wait, hold on. Where to go? Where to go? Detour 214 says, I do love critical analysis of quasi-porn visual novels.
Really? Is
think
that
you
what you
All
guys
right.
are into?
We have a fight.
That's what
That's
Jarenth
what
is
I've been
into.
doing for the last 6 weeks.
I respect
I
it.
apparently
Horrible.
It's apparently been a while since I've been there. I did not know that was a thing you were doing.
Is it November or
Guys,
December,
exciting
the-
stuff is happening. Pay attention.
I turned last year in November and December. I only reviewed visual novels for a joke, and then this year I was going to do that again. But my single most popular
Wow, that
review so
scrolls
far is for
out
Sakura
really
Spirit,
slow. Okay,
which,
you need to
is an awful game.
drop that. And then,
Jared,
Oh,
no,
whoa!
you don't.
There's
don't you dare.
people are fighting.
Oh yeah, this is a
and we're gonna
All of them.
This is
Group
so much
you.
more interesting than Sakura Spirit.
Execute Order 66.
do it.
come on, zoom me out.
And so all your soldiers just turn and murder all your clerics. And walk away.
Wow, my frame
Maybe
rate.
that's
is
what
actually,
happened to all the Age of Empires 2 clerics, and that's why they're not in this game.
Turn on your
is in
flaming
our favor.
arrows.
If we remain true and
that's-
wholehearted,
Confirmed.
Turn
Age of
on your
Empires
flaming.
and
Activate
Total War
flaming
are the
arrows.
same.
Yeah.
They charge up their flaming arrow shooters.
Falcon arrow.
It's really hard to double click with these setups. I've noticed.
But what? Okay, the one thing I'm curious about is you do a lot of forward backward. Forward backward. Is that because it's still too sensitive?
It is kind of. What?
It's like you're feeling out where you want to be
This-
exactly.
How
Yeah.
did they ended up with like
You look like somebody on
4
ice
spearmen from a
skates.
unit?
Like you keep.
Here, hang
You
on.
keep
I think I
skating
can
past what you wanna be at?
change The
I've been there.
here we go. Camera movement speed. Let's drop that down, and camera rotation speed.
So I don't know about what you guys, how much
There
you guys
we
have
go.
used the Steam controller,
Uh,
but
that's-
when I got it
that's a little bit better.
in October. When I got the Steam controller in October, I tried to use it with all sorts of different games, so like first-person shooters, third-person shooters, you know, hack and slashers, platformers, Rocket League, and also games like this. And I think the game that gave me the biggest just headache was
the enemy
Cities
general
Skylines,
flees like the coward he
because
is.
I didn't touch
Oh,
RTSs.
break the
That was
spirit
one
of
thing
his
I did not do, is RTSs. But with Cities Skylines, I had to constantly go to the bottom left of the corner to like choose what thing I was slapping down, and then move
Yeah.
and that here's okay.
That-
If they set up a specific like Steam controller control scheme, like the devs built it into the game where you can use like the left trackpad to choose what thing you're putting, and then the right trackpad to put it down. I think
Like a
that
key you
would-
hit that immediately brings up that menu and puts you there on the first item on that menu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or you just select options like that with like the D-pad. You know, like something
Right,
like
right.
that. Like that would
Right, like you'd hit
that
like
would be a nice
Y and then you'd bring up that menu and then you'd move around it with the D-pad. That would probably feel pretty good.
I mean the problem is I don't know if the City Skyline devs care. It's
Right,
kind of a
right.
catch-22 with the Steam controller where it's like I feel like it's not really going to work as well as it can until like not just Valve but like devs really, you know, commit to making
Only
good
half the
Steam
enemy
controller
force
support.
remains.
And I don't know if any of them care because not many
Nope,
people are
that's
buying
not
it.
on it.
For Good Robot, which hopefully will come out first quarter 2016, we're like, well, what do we want to do about the Steam controller? We don't know how hard it'll be to calibrate it or what people want. And so it's like everybody else is waiting for everybody else to figure out how we use this and how we support it. It's like somebody
Yeah.
else needs to come out with a really killer support, and then we'll do whatever they're doing.
Yeah, like a dev kit or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know
I mean,
the term.
it's part of the Steam. It's just part of the Steam SDK, I believe.
Oh,
but
okay. But
the-
you've
yeah,
never
yeah,
used
so
anything
you-
like that before.
Right. So, so we already have, you know, we can already support the controller directly, but we don't know what to do with it. So,
Wait,
by
says Rocket
default,
Chap. Is
it-
this good robot? Is this a beta?
yeah, the game's taken a weird turn. You know, it
Is
just
there only
sort of
one gate to this
migrated
settlement?
from comedic robot.
There is.
You know, I appreciate
So
what
this
you
is
did
more like
with
a
the art
prequel.
style.
The humans are still around and the robots haven't been invented yet, but this
Can't
is
even
what
actually
leads up to the eventual
see
setting for
these
good
guys to
robots.
attack them.
Yeah.
The enemy
Impressive
general has no
production
honor.
values
He
for a-
flees the field of battle.
Thank you.
And the
That
Let's
worked
have
banter
you
hard on
guys
it.
not shit. Oh wait, there we go. Now you can shoot.
Is the city waving white flags?
No, that's just the color of
bed
the.
nexus?
That's just what the
They're just-
the rebel.
they just
flag
have
looks
white
like.
flags as
Oh,
their
wow.
national
Whoa,
flag.
That was lag.
Long
Oh,
past
hey,
time.
Well,
hey!
I mean,
Look,
they
we
are
we
actually
killed the
the
general,
or something.
and he
That
just
would
fell
teach
over.
the cowardly dog to run. Now he can rest.
How did that
Our
happen?
leisure.
Did he have a heart
Wow,
attack?
he's a loser. He didn't even look like a general. He looked like just a random mook. The real general went out the back and he says, you're promoted," and then he ran away. And that guy was like, "Wait, what? I'm only
Well, he was wearing a suit of
General
plate
now.
armor.
Unbelievable. This
Which
is
is
the
a bit
best day of my
anachronistic.
life. I'll never be this happy again in my entire life.
Excellent.
Which is true, because
My
then his life
lord,
ended.
We have lost control of the castle.
This game's still cool to just
Tear jerking.
drop down to troop level and watch. And watch this knight here do nothing. You don't see that guy next to you? There you go.
Well, I would at
Dance
least
party?
expect a general to like be on a horse and have something, a weapon or a flag or a fancy hat, you know, and not look like a regular dude in armor who has a visor down so he can't even see what's going on. It's like, "General, what should we do?"
Battle
He probably
more
just wants us to
terrorists.
keep doing
Gotcha.
what we're doing.
That was victory? I really couldn't tell.
No.
Victory is just defeat rounded
I
up.
guess there was a lot of purple on the screen, so yeah.
Oh, we're adopting some random dude. This is how you get new characters, is you adopt them. I mean, you
that
can
was
also...
adoption.
you can also... Oh wow, we are really taking off as far as score goes. This is our position relative to other factions. Aside from financial, we're in first or second place pretty much across the board.
Well, yeah, you just had victory.
We're the largest faction. And Prince John became more chivalrous.
That's
Ed,
nice,
put
man.
more points in chivalry.
And our relations with
In
the Turks
chivalry.
magically worsened.
Yes.
I wonder why that happened.
Who knows.
On my way. I shall stop here
You
for
only
the
murdered a
night.
bunch of people.
Alright.
You're not responding to their texts. Hurts their feelings.
So this is a town that just has no walls, it's just a village. So we're going to roll in there with no siege equipment with our heavy cavalry, which is
George,
part of the
you're
reason
bad
why I
guy.
like this faction, because it's a bunch of horse archers. Do I what?
You're basically
Whoa, they
raiders
taught
right now.
horses to use bows and arrows? That's amazing!
No, they're centaurs, Shams. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now everybody
they-
will think I'm dumb.
But you call them horses. You know what? That's a slur.
That's racist.
Yeah,
that's a
centaurs
slur.
are not horses. They're centaurs.
They're Centaur American.
We're just going to group everybody here.
Centaurian Americans. Yes.
Byzantinian guys on horses are centaur Americans. I love it.
Alright, so they have...
So this town,
Actually, let's just ungroup you
this
guys.
town
There's
isn't
no
gonna like
solution.
just ask what you want and
Just
agree to whatever it
Sagittarian
is.
Americans.
They're really gonna fight you.
We need to become more clever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Josh is the bad guy here. He's just like rolling into their peaceful town and going, "I'm gonna kill everyone and take over." Of course they're gonna fight.
Well, they have their own armies roaming around.
They're the underdog in this situation, Josh.
Yeah, that
even though they
army.
have more
You see
soldiers
these
than you.
farms? Yeah, that army yesterday was working these farms. That's the army you're up against.
So they have 2 spear units, which I can just sit back and
They
shoot
pulled a
at.
bunch of
And they also
SCVs
have
off the line
archers
to
which
come
are
here and
somewhat
defend the
less
base.
But we're gonna... What we're gonna do is basically try to split these guys. They're shooting fire arrows at me, which are basically worthless in the rain, so...
Did somebody leave? Oh no, okay, so he was in the other channel.
You should totally history these guys to death. Use your
At
history
least we have
power
an
on them.
answer to the question, what today?
Hey man, I was almost history to death in junior year of high school, so I don't appreciate hearing that.
Here.
Tell them you're invading them because their flag is so boring and dumb.
We came in because we
What
thought
are you
were
doing
surrendering.
here?
What's the deal?
Oh, good. Okay, so that was, I'm gonna blame that on the controller and not knowing, what the hell I was doing there. One of my guys just ran into the city square and got murdered by a bunch of spearmen.
I noticed the Steam controller has a major problem. Hopefully they fix it in a patch, which is that my strategy is really shit when I play this game.
They weren't supposed to
Hopefully
run
Valve
in.
fixes this. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Steam controller.
Valve will fix it in a patch.
The good news is these were my most worthless guys. Why is your skirmish mode turned on?
You are all
Yeah,
part,
dead.
Joshua.
Of course they're worthless. They're dead.
These are your most highly trained corpses.
It's too bad radiation hasn't been invented yet, or you can turn them into ghouls.
And that was the
You should
skirmish mode
start
of this
putting
game
points
not
into a
actually
super soldier
working
program.
So well. So
Oh yeah,
these
that
guys
would
are in
always
skirmish
work out
mode,
really
which
well.
means theoretically they should be running away when people approach them, but for whatever reason, sometimes that just doesn't work. Wait a minute, are those
Probably 'cause
peasant
it's
archers
controller.
completely alone?
It's going to take them. It's going to take them hundreds and hundreds of years. It's going to take over 1,000 years to develop the first super soldier. And it turns out the secret is wash your hands, don't leech sick people, and eat clean food.
So speaking of super soldier, everybody's talking about Total Warhammer in chat.
This
Do
is
we know
totally
about
a war.
Warhammer?
I know nothing about it.
The only thing I know about it is that people were mad because they announced that the big bad guy faction, Chaos, is gonna be like a pre-order bonus. There was people
Oh,
like, "What?
boo.
Don't do that."
I don't even know anything about the franchise, and that sounds crappy to me.
Yeah, well, it's apparently one of the more iconic of the factions.
I
People
mean,
are
they're
comparing it
iconic
to-
in the sense that Chaos is just like big burly dudes with black armor and spikes, but also, yes, they are a very big part of the Warhammer faction, and making those pre-order DLC
Yeah,
is kind of strange.
Well, Jim Sterling compared it to, he said it would be like if Warhammer 40k made the Space Marines a pre-order bonus.
Oh, that's shitty.
Yeah, so I'm like, alright, well, you know, you guys can do what you want. I don't have investment in the Warhammer franchise or the Total War franchise, but I can see why the idea of the two mixing would
Yeah, I'm honestly not terribly interested in it myself, because I don't really care about Warhammer.
Like, I'm sure if it's successful, they'll want to do a
Why
Total
are you guys out of
Warhammer
position?
40K.
What
And
are
like,
you doing over
I
here?
know people who would be interested in that.
I mean, there's already a bunch of other 40k games that are doing pretty well, so... And a bunch
Yeah,
of other
yeah.
Warhammer games, like Vermintide, which came out recently.
Oh, I
which
forgot that is a thing.
Left for Warhammer.
A bunch of games that are doing well, which makes you wonder why they feel the need to do really shitty pre-order shenanigans.
They've been
Just
doing
Yeah.
this
make the
for
game and sell it.
a
If it's
good
good,
decade.
people will buy it. Is there a meteor shower happening in the middle of this battle, Josh?
No. That's the rain. That's what rain looks like. Don't you recognize rain, Seamus?
That's big rain that comes down and kills your guys.
The rain is not
Are you
killing my
sure
guys.
There aren't any Persians
I'm talking about the big
nearby?
white things that were coming down, which I'm sure is supposed to be flaming arrows.
Oh,
but they look like
those,
falling.
yeah.
There they go. Yeah.
Matt
In fairness, the
709
raindrops
says,
look a little bit like arrows too.
Matt 709 says they can't make Total Warhammer 40k because Sega only owns the Warhammer Fantasy license, not the 40k one. And this sounds strangely like the Marvel can't make X-Men movies because Fox type of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, fair enough. You guys have your little slap fight. Well, we'll just buy games.
No,
We'll
not
just buy
through
other
the city,
games.
you idiots.
Yeah.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have
Rocket
lost
Chap
half
says,
their
I
men.
wonder if Sega bought the Warhammer license not realizing 40k was a different thing. And like,
They were like, wait, 40k is a pre-order bonus? Shit!
'Cause, like-
well, now how do we get it?
Cause like nerds are like nerds would never make that mistake, but I could easily see like business executives making that
Yep.
mistake. Like, oh, Warhammer, that's the thing that the marketer guy in marketing told me makes all the money. That's the one with the guys in the big armor, and we'll buy that. Is that the one that's like Angry Birds? No, that's the one that's like Clash of Clans. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll buy that.
The enemy general has no
Great
honor.
AI these
Why
guys
is
have
it
got
taking
here.
Josh so long to subjugate this farming hammer?
Well, I've got a bunch
asks
of
a very reasonable person.
missile cavalry against a bunch of spearmen. Unfortunately, they're out of missiles now.
I could like.
I don't know what that means,
I
but-
would-
Wise to
this
praise
doesn't
the
even look
day
like a
before
fight's
sunset,
going on. It looks like a
but
bunch of
our
people
men are
congregating
winning
for
the
like
battle.
an
It
outdoor
does.
concert.
A worthy
It,
victory.
yeah, it looks like a
It's
looks like a
square
big
dance
meeting,
simulator.
or like a rodeo.
Yeah. They got the horses and everything. They just need a mechanical.
Oh wait, no, some horses are napping. Apparently, that's probably a bad
Oh, was
sign.
that, oh, cutscene? No, you just zoom.
Yeah, again, this game is having weird frame rate issues. I don't really understand.
Yeah,
Your
and a lot of people
cavalry
seem
and
pretty
their
sleepy.
cavalry are just getting together to talk out their differences with regard to town ownership.
It's really annoying to try to zoom out with it bound to the bunkers. And the frame rate just dropped again. That's weird. This is weird.
Praise to our
Hey,
Lord.
we killed the
Our
general.
men
You
have
can tell
slain the
because
enemy general.
he's all
Now
red
his
and bloody.
men will lose heart.
Synchronized death
Lord
animations.
preserve
That
us.
just
We have
never,
lost half of our
never
men.
gets old in video games. Alright, we're both gonna kill our foe at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, stab! Oh yeah, they fell down exactly.
It's
Praise
the
the
same sort of thing
saints.
as hearing
Our
like
men
the
have
same
taken control
voice
of the
actor
city.
done.
Enemies
doing
are
two
everywhere.
people in, yeah, or in like a Bethesda game, you walk by two people
Yeah.
who both have the voice of Garrus.
Yes.
Josh,
Two
before
totally
suggesting
different
that you
people.
could increase the battle speed.
I could increase the battle speed, but that would be something nice.
Then why aren't you increasing the battle speed, you monster?
How are these guys still alive?
This is
It really, I can't even see
There we
any
go.
fighting
That
taking
goes to
place.
only
This is so
Venom.
odd.
It's
just the
the
one
camera
guy
is not
playing
great
dead.
in this game.
Clear victory. Well, I guess it was clear to somebody.
The day is ours, Lord.
We
Were you
kind of
mud
just like
wrestling
stood
them?
around for a while, and then we realized that there were no enemies left.
I like to think. I like to think that's just the game was really bored, and it's just like, all right, clearly you won this. Let's just go.
You win. Congrats.
Good job. Clearly.
Land clearance is important.
Your orders?
Well, send our admiral to take a look.
You
This is as far as we
You
go today,
need
my
to
lord.
construct additional pylons.
Do I? Oh, actually, let's not do that. Let's bring him down here.
Or additional supply depots required.
Oh my god, that's speed.
Additional whatever for the place.
We shall
Overlords
continue
don't exist.
tomorrow.
Spawn more overlords.
Spawn more overlords. I am losing track of what nerd stuff people are talking about. What does IG stand for?
That's a good question.
In
Seamus, play
games.
something other than... I actually haven't played StarCraft
Yeah,
in like
what are
a
you
year.
talking about? Seamus plays
I was-
Minecraft all the time.
Yeah, I
Not
reference
with
StarCraft
it.
here
Imperial
because it's
Guard,
the
by the
most
way.
inappropriate thing to reference at this point. Because the game is clearly, completely, and in no way StarCraft. Except that it's bowling and it has a bunch of units to manage.
Yes.
Oh, IG is the Imperial Guard from Warhammer 40k. I'm
Plotting
sorry,
course
guys.
now, my lord.
I thought it stood
catch
for
up.
This is
IG.
as far as we go today, my lord.
I see IG and think
Majesty.
of like indie games,
Happily, my
or,
lord.
you know, stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, it makes
They're
sense.
talking about a specific thing. Because isn't there like IGF, and that's the like indie game festival? I think. I don't know.
Sire, I simply cannot do this. Investigating.
I have the same problem with
Speak to our
discussing
representative.
my favorite faction
Speak to our
in
representative.
40k as I have with like discussing my favorite faction in like Skyrim, where it's like it's all a bunch of assholes. Like, I don't know. There's those jerks, there's these jerks who have pointy ears. Those jerks have power armor, I guess. That's kind of cool.
Also, for some reason,
There's
the default speed at which stuff happens in this game, like people walk and so on, super slow. Look at this shit.
I feel like
This
that was
guy's
a
even
common
worse.
thing in older games.
Reinforce region. Oh, constant. You will receive a reward of 500 florins. Are you kidding?
stat molded all of
That's
Florence.
not a lot.
What can you buy for 500 florins?
Oh,
sir?
the Pope doesn't like us.
Put it in hamburgers for me.
You will have to fight us for this.
Yes, my lord.
I wonder why the Pope would
You're
like the
chasing
the
me,
conquering and the
and that's
murdering.
annoying.
Oh, hey, somebody
The ironic
said
thing
might-
is, historically, that wouldn't make popes not like you. As wrong as that is.
What was it?
Super Llama and says, can't you press spacebar to speed up the...
I can, but
reactors, or
the
am I
default
wrong?
speed is super slow.
Ah,
is what I was
spacebar.
pointing out.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know
It's just
why
the Steam
that
controller.
is.
That's true.
We're just gonna take everything from you and throw you in this army here and stick you on this boat. And we're gonna go take over Rhodes.
Full sails. Dropping anchor until morning.
So these guys are gonna be fighting me next here. Oh, the good news is they have basically no infantry. Do these guys have spears? They do not. Or they might have spears, but they don't have the bonus against cavalry, I don't think, so that's not going to be a problem. I'll just run them all over with my general.
Orders.
Well, I might as well finish that mission.
Ed insists. That's a funny one. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Well done.
Slow clap.
See, he's our Rutskarn tonight.
We can drop the tax rate here so that people don't hate me too much.
Yay, I vote for you.
Enter.
Am I supposed to understand anything that I'm seeing?
Venice just landed
There's
troops next to our little town
And
that we
trees.
took. That might not be a good sign.
What
After
side are
level
the
3.
trees on?
Oh,
World peace.
the Hungarians are going to
They're
help
not
out
on
too.
anyone's side because nobody's on their side, actually.
Alright, so that place I was sieging that the Hungarians sent troops down to get to, but I got to first, all their dudes sallied out
Alright.
because I ran them out of food, basically. Oh, you guys need to drop your shit. And the Hungarians, who really wanted it, are now joining my troops to help fight. And I'm going to send my generals over to kill all their cavalry. I hope that will actually work here.
Just your generals all by themselves?
My generals are
They
are heavy cavalry units in this game, so they're super good at killing everything.
They're called Bill and Steve.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset.
See,
but
they're
our
not having
men
any
are
trouble.
winning the battle and forging a
Victory
worthy
seems certain.
victory.
Only a fool could lose this battle. That's what they're saying about it right now.
Challenge accepted.
Foolproof, huh?
We'll see about that. Fourth Dimension says, Josh, watch the right flank. Of
Yeah,
course, this
I
news
see
is
the,
probably coming to you several minutes late, but
the
there we go.
cavalry just ran into
Retroactively
my
in the past.
spearmen over here, so
That's good.
You mean the guys with the pokey sticks?
yeah, guys with the pokey
The
sticks.
horsey
don't
men
like
better
fought the guys with the
What are
pokey
you
sticks.
doing? Get back here. All right, let's.
And your goal is to get into the little town, but they have up a fence. So you need to put the thing thrower weapons outside.
No, the gate's
And,
open.
and protect your horses from the
What you need
pokey
to do
stick
is go
guys.
into workshop mode and then scrap the
Very,
things.
very
And then you
eloquent
can just walk through.
question. Arthur Caldazar says, why didn't the AI use their walls at all?
Cause it's kind of the
Yeah, why didn't their
rule
walls?
of
Their walls just
how-
sat there. They never attacked, not even once.
You are
The
terrible
walls are
as a
glorious
general.
heaven above. Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well.
I mean, why don't
Give the
gamers
Where
dogs
are
have
the
a
enemy
fine wall.
troops?
The
Oh,
enemy
okay.
flees the
They had to
defense
sally out
victory
basically.
that
That's the
goes
rule
to
of this
only
sort
men
of
great
fight.
virtue and valor.
Like I was the defender in this because I had the siege camp and I was just sitting there going like, yeah, whatever, we'll just starve you out. So they just sat in their settlement. I could have
game
just
can
turned on
actually-
the set it to maximum speed and like gone and made a sandwich or something and waited for them to quit.
I like that the game can create scenarios like that, where you can actually have a defense against a town. Of how you organized it.
That's really annoying to have to. Does escape close these? Ah, it does.
Escape. What is escape on the Steamtroller?
Well, I bound it to start.
You throw it across the room.
Yes?
Escape! Escape the Steam controller, run!
Yes, my lord.
And I'm going to send
This
that guy
is where
out
we shall
to
meet
go
the
take
enemy.
that settlement.
We continue tomorrow, my lord.
Just that one guy. And
He
he's
has he has like
what? And you're like, get
6
going.
Units.
Come
with
on.
him.
I don't want to hear it out of you.
I
You
remember
said you
while
were
I
ready
was
for
using-
more responsibility. Go take that town.
Bless you, lord. Back on
The first
track.
few
We
times I was
cannot
using the
say
Steam
your orders
controller, a
to
lot of
one.
times I would find myself like
willing, but not
reflexively
able,
reaching for the keyboard, even if I had like bound everything I needed bound.
Yeah, I get that.
It,
Well,
it's
no, I
sometimes
did that
easier.
while I was setting up the controller. I was doing that.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's like, I can
bind this to what? And you just press F. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wait.
Yeah.
Did I just bind F to F? What the hell is wrong with
Damn
me?
it.
Yes. Orders. Onward. We march no further today. Yes.
So now we're gonna set up to go to war against the Turks.
We continue tomorrow.
Seriously, Josh, you should play this 40k thing because that's all anybody wants to talk about.
I don't
Literally
want
everybody's
to.
been
I
talking
don't
about 40k.
want to play.
I
It's the
accidentally
best.
brought up
It's
Halo
way
Warhammer
better
Warhammer
than
and
this
then it
game.
just- It's
It's way better than this game, Josh.
Yeah,
It's got-
that game that hasn't come out by the company that does terrible pre-order shit. Or are we talking about something else?
okay.
I
Actually,
knew that.
that was total Warhammer, which is not 40k.
Okay, right.
Josh.
Okay.
But no.
What's the 40k thing then?
40k is like,
Yes?
people are just talking about Warhammer 40k.
Oh,
in general.
okay.
Just,
Very well.
So
like,
they
the
want me to
factions and stuff.
play
It's-
the
On my way.
No, they don't.
the
Just
RPG,
said
the
that.
tabletop RPG Warhammer 40k. Oh, you should.
No, they
go.
want us to sit down and have a debate about the factions. because
I
that's
don't
what
know
they're
anything
doing.
about Warhammer 40k. I think the guys
That's
with
I-
the hammer are pretty cool, but not the guys with the other stuff.
Okay. I think we need to introduce ourselves again, Jarenth. So somebody said, "Who are our hosts on today's?"
Hi,
stream?"
I'm Chris.
Like and
So Jared
I'm
says Chris.
Mumbles.
What if Chris
I'm
shows
still
up?
for a while,
Seamus.
Guys, let's
mean, you
talk
can be
about
who you
Batman
wanna
for
be.
5 hours.
Who is this
I
guy?
am neither friend
No,
nor
Let's
but
talk about the
40K
systems underlying Batman.
talking to me.
40k is like it's like bringing up like the alignment of some character or like some some Marvel continuity thing where it's just this giant rabbit hole of information that nerds
Did
will
the-
then talk about.
Did the
for 12
Turks
hours.
just
And
try to
I'm
open
not
relations
claiming to be
with
above that.
the Wallachian rebels? Is that what happened?
Yes.
You rebel
Crossing
scout.
for battle. Laying siege.
Alright, let's try auto-resolve. Average defeat. Oh,
There's
lovely.
nothing to salvage here.
You suck!
Yeah, that's.
We had a chance to
Yeah,
protect
I
my
hate
lord.
that where it's like you've got them and you can crush them, but then you like let it auto resolve and it's like.
I mean, it
oh,
wasn't
actually,
a
you lost
huge
horribly.
advantage to me, although if I had managed that,
Whoops,
I would
all
have
of your
won
soldiers
easily.
tripped over their own legs. Just all of them.
Yes.
They all showed up to invade, but they forgot their weapons at home, and so they just went in punching.
God will
Red
be with
Sun
us,
47
Enough food
says,
to last
not knowing about
five.
40k is the most virtuous thing I've heard Josh ever say about himself.
Besieging forces reporting, my lord.
You're a good, honest man. No, Jarenth, I love how I said maybe we need to introduce ourselves again, and then we introduced ourselves as Chris and Mumbles and just left it. No, I think
I totally
one
believe you,
guy asked
Mumbles.
because he probably showed up late.
Yeah, yeah,
I
but
think they're
plug your
allowed to
website
chat
at least.
again.
Lord.
I did
Uh,
that.
Jarenth did.
Number one.
I am way ahead.
Jarenth
Oh,
did that in
okay.
We
chat.
shall continue at first.
Oh.
So call me Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're Ninja Blues.
Your
We're the
orders,
Ninja
number
Blues.
one.
Jarenth is the guy that writes once a
Yes?
week about some indie game. I'm the one that writes once every
good
like
day's
couple of
march
months
ends.
about
We have a
I don't
lot
know
of
something.
gunners.
Mario Maker, for instance.
Mario Maker. Have you guys played Mario Maker?
Are these
I am
guys gonna
neither
do
friend
anything?
nor foe, your majesty.
I have not
You
played
don't
Mario
do it.
Maker.
I've
Seamus, how about
no,
you?
No, we might get it this year. It might be somebody's Christmas present. We have a Wii U,
Okay,
but we have
I
not
mean,
played it yet.
I've never been able to like imagine an idea of Seamus playing a Mario game. Like, have you ever played a Mario game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In fact,
cool. I've always
just
seen
like
you
last
as-
month I played Super
whoa,
Mario
whoa,
3D.
whoa,
I'm
what the-
terrible at them. I never get past
Um,
like the first hour.
That was weird.
But I sort of
Yeah.
admire them for being really good at what they are.
Oh yeah, it's I'm super in love with Mario
Oh,
Maker.
France
Like I
Nostrum
wrote
is-
a thing about it, but
My lord.
it's I don't know. Your kids might like
Oh,
it. I
fuck.
just love it because A, it's like a big celebration of it was made for the 30th year anniversary of Mario Bros. And it's sort of a
Right.
celebration of it.
So,
but it's also
this
like
is strange.
it's the What's going on, Josh?
Something keeps
What?
kicking my mouse cursor way over to the side. You see it? Doing the fucking flipping out
Mouse
shit
yeah.
on the...
allergic to Mario discussion.
Apparently. Nope, there it goes again.
Wait. So you can't get your mouse to stop being over there?
Is it like... Is it my mouse doing that? No.
Did you throw your mouse off your desk by mistake?
No.
I do that sometimes.
Okay, it's apparently
That's
stopped.
alarming.
That was weird.
Your orders, noble one. Of course, my lord. Orders? Man. We continue tomorrow, my lord.
What was... Oh yeah, I was talking about Mario Maker. It's basically like I like toying with level editors. I just have a fascination with level design, and Mario Maker is like the most easy to use level editor
Your orders,
I've ever
noble one.
Yeah.
had
Your orders,
in my
noble
hands.
one. We will engage them
It's kind
my
of it's
lord.
kind of amazing. People have complained about like the lack of certain functionalities
Let's see if we can
in
win
it.
this.
Like,
Clear
you
victory!
can't-
Hey, there we go.
You
A
can't have
most
proper boss
honorable
fights,
victory,
or
my
you can't
noble
do this or
lord.
that, and it's like that's
God
fair,
has
but
delivered us
like
this victory.
as an like just looking at what you can do, I still sometimes will play levels and just be like, wow, you can set up a puzzle like that. That's amazing. Like there's such a huge possibility. And there's also a ton
Your
of
orders,
potential
noble
for
one.
making horrible
Yes.
sadistic trolling levels, which is a
I am
niche
a
many
Speak
people.
to our representatives.
It's not so much a niche as like 80% of the actual levels.
Yes.
Something
Yeah,
else I'm
well,
noticing.
Most. Mhm.
After, how long have we been doing this? 2 hours? An hour and a half? My
About 8
whole
years,
right
by my
arm
reckoning.
is getting really tired of the motion of moving my thumb back and forth to scroll. Like, I can just kind of feel it all the way up my arm. That's not great.
Orders. Move out. We march no further today, lord.
I think that's everything here. Oh, these guys are
Hello.
terrible. Stop betrothed them to my daughter.
Yes. Combining forces, my lord.
What? So other people can betroth stuff to your daughter?
Alright, we win! Well, they're offering their hand in marriage kind of thing.
Tore them apart, my lord.
Every
Hello,
time
I am
you win
terrible.
something in
May
this
I marry
game-
your daughter?
This place is yours, my lord.
Well, every time you say you win something, it feels so disconnected from what I'm watching on screen that I'm just like, yay. You did
Something
the thing."
happened. Hooray!
Yeah.
Ivan the ill-tempered? No. Alexander the foul-smelling? No, not him either.
William definitely has tuberculosis. Let's maybe skip that one.
Alright, do we want to try out a different game? Mess around in something with a little bit more action.
Yes, actually, whatever you just said, I'm in favor of it. Something with shooting and dying. Well, technically this game had those things, but it's such a removed distance that I could not appreciate the carnage.
These are all the keys I have.
What was that noise?
That was the noise of me pronouncing the save file name that you are seeing now.
Rocket Chap dares you to Mirror's Edge.
That's actually, incidentally, the game I had lined up.
Oh no.
What a surprise!
Oh no. I have a bad feeling about this, Josh. I haven't tried
I have a
it
feeling
yet.
that I
But...
should get more tea.
What is with you people and tea?
Oh, hey,
Tea
Josh,
is
please
delicious.
tell me you
Mouse
are not a
control
tea fan
at
as
some
well,
point.
or else I'm going to feel like the most
I'm more
uncultured
coffee.
swine.
Stop that. Stop. What are you...
I am
It's a lie.
technically
Drink
a
Fireball
huge
whiskey.
fan of coffee and a very mild fan of tea, but I can't have coffee. I had to give it up. So tea is my comfort medicine because I want the coffee.
Oh god, no. McNutcase is saying receiver. I'm sorry, but out of all the games I can think of that you could try with a Steam controller, that is...
Yes.
That is just... I am not... it's,
No,
for your, for
receiver
the
is
sake of your
no,
mental
no,
health,
never.
Josh.
That's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.